In this video, I'm going to show you how to export a finished video when you're done editing it. So here we are in Premiere Pro CC. Make sure you're on the editing workflow by clicking the word editing up here. You should see a source program window as well as your sequence tools and project pane down here. Now we're going to assume that everything in this timeline is exactly as you want it. You have to make sure though that you click into the timeline and that there are no in or out marks along this timeline. If you have an in mark, like I just did here, you see that it's got the blue line and the gray bar after it. When you export, it's only going to export that portion of the timeline that is highlighted. So if you accidentally have an in and out or an in and an out, make sure you right-click and click on Clear In and Out. Now your entire timeline will be selected. Make sure you click in the timeline so you see this blue box around the project pane. Again, if I click here or here, you see that blue box travels. Make sure that you click in here and you're ready to begin the export process. Here's how we do it. Click in the box, go to File, Export Media. That's going to bring up an export dialog box that's going to ask you a series of questions about what you're exporting and where you'd like to put it and what video settings you'd like on it. So we'll just give Premiere Pro a second to bring it up. Over here, we're going to make sure that the format drops down to say H.264. The preset should say match source at a medium bit rate. Comments you can leave blank. And under output name, you want to make sure you click this blue name. That is going to bring up a save file dialog box. So we'll just give Premiere Pro a moment to make that happen. And in the save dialog box, this is where I'm telling Premiere Pro to put the project. Your box might look like this. Mac uses a simple save interface and an advanced save interface. And to get from one to the other, you're going to use this up and down arrow that you see here. Now, most projects you're going to do for my class, you're going to want to go to the desktop and look for a folder on the desktop called Hand In Ready to Grade. And that is going to be a folder where I'm going to look for your finished projects. I actually have mine over here on the sidebar. So Hand In Ready to Grade, yours should be on your desktop. Then inside of that folder, you'll see a folder for each each period number and the project that's being described. So assuming this is a period 6 PSA, I'll double click. If there are subfolders, I can make sure I go into the right subfolder. We're going to go ahead and put this as being marked as being handed in on Wednesday. And then up in the top, we're going to click in the Save As box and give it a name. In this case, I'll call it Mr. Roush's PSA project. All right, once I'm sure that I'm in the right folder, I have MP4 selected, I hit Save. You are not done yet. You've just told it what to call it and where to put it. You're not actually finished until you come down here and click the Export button. Once you do that, you'll get a blue progress bar that's going to move across the screen as the video is exported. Now, a lot of you are going to have questions about whether the export actually worked or not. The way you're going to want to check that is to go to a neighboring computer, somewhere else on the network, and open up a Finder window. When you're in the Finder window, go back to that Hand In Ready to Grade folder and the same period folder where you exported. And if you see your project in that folder, here you see Mr. Roush's PSA project, still in the process of being exported. But if you see that file on other computers in the lab besides the one that you exported it on, then you know that it is exported and it has worked. If for one reason or another you don't see it in that folder and you're sure you saved it in the right spot, you're going to want to come up and look for this icon right here. This icon belongs to a program called Resilio Sync. This program is responsible for making sure that the media share and the Hand In Ready to Grade folders are synchronized across all the computers in the lab. If that program does not appear in your toolbar up here, you must go to the search bar and type in Resilio Sync and make sure that the application is running. Once you do that, you'll see the circle start to spin as you see here, and that is sending the file across to all the other computers in the lab. That is the process for exporting a finished video. If you have any questions, check with a classmate first. If they don't know the answer, you can come check with me.